I love a dog. You're not seeing anything though, because you're just seeing a bunch of fur. There you go. You're upside down. Well, a camcorder, you're just gonna see nothing but fur, right? So, anyways, bought this thing, a Retrobit Origin8 wireless controller, allegedly compatible with NES, Switch, and USB enabled devices. As she is sniffing my pocket. Looks like an NES controller of some kind. Includes V2 receivers for NES and USB ports. The dog is already... Oh, the dog's excited. See, the dog's excited about this. She's looking forward to this thing. Actually, she just wants to chew on the box. So, I'm trying to get this over with as quickly as possible. Here's what the box looks like. You know, compatible with blah blah blah. Includes receivers blah blah blah. Additional ZL and ZR buttons. Presumably for the Switch and USB enabled devices. Features home and screenshot buttons. Concave B and A buttons, which is always nice. It looks like a proper NES controller. So if you want to play your Nintendo Switch online NES games, you could do it with a proper NES style gamepad, I guess. Compatible with NES Switch, blah blah blah. Familiar shape controller with 2 face buttons and 4 shoulder buttons. Okay, we'll look at the actual thing later. Additional turbo switches for rapid fire inputs. Includes screenshot, blah blah blah. Includes 3-foot blank. Utilizes our latest V2 chip. That's the price. No sad onions, presumably. And a warning of some kind. Cancer and reproductive harm. This thing causes cancer. Best to keep away from you then. You don't want to eat this box, it'll give you cancer or something. God knows we want to start you off on the wrong foot. Anyways, I shall attempt to do this with one hand, fail miserably. But here, you can have the box, that's all you care about. Now look at this thing. That's the receiver for your NES, which light, cheap, and plasticky, I guess, would be the terminology. You have the USB equivalent. And your USB cable. Of course, the controller itself, which feels, well, there's some weight. Okay, there's all the usual shoulder buttons. Your LR, your ZL, ZR, ZL, ZR. If you want to be that way, the buttons feel, well, they're not Nintendo quality, but they'll suffice. The D-pad looks, it's okay. They have a bit of a texture on the surface, in the back. Well, that's your thing there. And of course your USB-C thing, you know, put the cable in and charge it and all that jazz. And how you doing that box? Dog Maya loves the box. She loves her boxes. You give her a piece of box or cardboard or whatever, she starts chewing that shit up like no one's business. So if this thing turns out to be a dud, there goes the refund. So you better pray this works, or else I am not going to be. I'm not going to be mad. And the dog wants nothing to do with this. Anyways, I guess we'll give this a shot. We'll sample some stuff, I guess, and yeah, that's all I got. Anyways, The camcorder's dying on me, so I don't know what we're gonna do next. Footage, I guess, whatever. Eh. Okay, bye.
Well, I don't know what to say about this one other than it works the way it's supposed to, and quite nicely as well. Pairing the controller with the receiver was fairly easy, and I got some decent gameplay out of it. D-pad was pretty smooth despite not being as good as some of the old first-party Nintendo controllers, but better than some knockoff stuff I've been using, so that's a plus there too. The buttons, despite having something of a cheap feel to it, do feel fine and responsive. There's turbo switches for turbo fire action, which is nice. And if you're playing this on non-NES hardware like a Switch or a PC, you've got additional shoulder buttons that feel awkward on a controller of this shape, but they do function. And honestly, for stuff like Nintendo Switch Online and certain retro throwback things that have certain button mappings that can't be changed in-game, this is actually quite the helpful ditty. There is also a home and other thing button depending on the platform. You can toggle different input modes on the PC side of things, your D input, X input, etc. with different button combinations. Honestly, not a whole lot to say about this one. It works fine, it's responsive. I've tested several games with this thing and so far it's held up. We'll see how long this lasts in the long run, but first impressions are positive if nothing else. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get back to the live shot and close the book on this thing.
It took a whole minute for this thing to get into focus because of the just got the lamp on, and also it's early in the morning, so I still have to record the middle part, I guess. But anyways, to give you a long story short, yeah, it's okay. Works nice. The D-pad is, it's a nice responsive D-pad. The buttons work as well as they should, and all the buttons are, fairly responsive, no lag. None that I really noticed anyways, so, and of course, it comes with both a dongle for your NES device and also a USB dongle, so if you want to play this on your Switch or your, whatever has USB, blanking out here as I'm spinning this thing around. This spins really nice, actually. Eee. There you go. And this doubles as a fidget device of sorts. But yeah, that was the, wow, I forgot what this thing was called there. The Origin8 wireless controller. It comes in a couple different colors. I went with one that is vaguely NES-like in the color scheme, and it's not bad. It's nice. It works about as well as I figured it would, so I don't know, highly recommended or whatever or something like that. I mean, yeah, it's not as weighty, it does feel a bit light, but it's not, it's not exactly what I would call light, cheap, or plasticky there, but it's light, but not too light. It's not quite cheap, and it's a little fuzzy because the autofocus is dying on me. And I still haven't charged the camcorder battery, but I just had enough to record this end part, and that'll be the end of the video. And yeah, so I'm gonna get on with my day. But yeah, this is a nice little thing there. I didn't try the shoulder buttons, but I don't know, they work fine. But for what I'm using this for, we're not gonna need roads or shoulder buttons or anything of the sort. Just gonna fidget this around, and yeah, okay, that's all I got. Yeah, later.